Wassail Beautiful People. Ooh. It's going to be a loud one because they're putting in all the energies to wake the dead. They're really waking the dead. It's exciting. It's very exciting. Oh dear. So, Wassail Twitty, Wassail Penelope, Wassail Sushi. We're in for a noisy one. They're letting off all the bangers to wake the dead. And that's good for this reading. So it's been really quiet, apart from the guy trimming his hedge. And now it's Holy Day of the Dead wildness. Exactly. It's crazy. I feel like the poor microphone's going to die. They've been the other side of the house. I came round the back. So that it would be a little bit calmer, even though I don't know that the signal will be brilliant. Yeah, let's wake the dead. Wassail Rhonda, Wassail Diane, Wassail Amy, Wassail Divine Virgo, Empress, Wassail Karen. Oh, I see. I want to say it's calmed down, but I just know they're going to make me jump again in a minute. So I'm here because there's lots of light. So if it gets dark and we're here for hours, we should manage to get through. So I've been out today dealing with my dead because my solicitor, he said 2 particular forms. I had them printed. It was difficult. I posted them. It cost me £50 to post it to the UK. And then I had to send him money to set about doing some kind of task to finally put my parents' legal status to bed. And then he wrote and said I hadn't sent a form that he needed. So I've had to go again today and spend another 50 quid to send a form that he should have told me to send before. And then as I was walking around the town, my phone's going, and I was going to turn it off, but the thing is, I'll just see who it is. Okay, I can't deal with that right now. I said to her I was going live. And then there was this guy sitting outside a shop, and he was holding a poster with a spine on it, and he kind of said, "Do you want a massage?" And I went, "No, I don't." And then I went, "Oh, go on then." Spirit just went, "Do you know what? Go and have a massage." And so I went to walk in his shop. It wasn't his shop. And he's like, no, it's this way. So I went, followed him. And actually, do you know what? I've been touched by the hands of Spirit. He was the most incredible Mayan healing frequency energy I've ever experienced. It was absolutely divine. But what he did was he kind of reached inside my body with the energy, and he did everything intuitively. I could feel him channeling how he moved my body while we were doing it. And it was so incredible. But he kind of reached inside my body and he tickled my giggle pin and activated my funny bone. And that's what this reading is about. The Day of the Dead in Mexico. It's the 1st and the 2nd. The 1st is All Saints Day. The 2nd is All Souls Day. The 1st day is when they remember the young that died. The 2nd day is when they remember others that died. But they do it with humor. It's about remembering funny incidents. And so I was thinking, I've got to write a comical letter to both my brother for the 1st day and then to my parents the 2nd day. And I was thinking, I need a funny story about my brother, and I couldn't think of one. And then I remembered my brother was 5 years older than me, but I actually passed my driving test before he did. because he just was hit by a whole series of complications, shall we say. So he had a little tiny orange Chrysler Sunbeam car that we were very poor, so it wasn't a great car. And he got in the car with the examiner, and as he set off, the first moment that he pulled away, the seat that the examiner was in fell over, and the examiner rolled into the back of the car. So he failed him straight away. So that's going to be my funny poem story that I write to him. Does he remember? Because it's about remembering the good times you had with people, not the sad times. So today, I woke up before doing all this other stuff, and I was very aware that all these fireworks that go off are about waking the spirits, and the spirits are kind of roaming around. And I was kind of thinking, should I say to the spirits, because I've got the sense that some spirits are a bit uncomfortable with being woken, being brought into the world. And it's part of that energy of bringing spirits into the world to tell them to let go of being in spirit here and go into the light, go into the spirit world, rather than haunting places that they're in now. So I was thinking we need to connect with ancestors. So what I've done is, and I've shuffled all of the cards this morning before going out. So they're in groups of cards, and you pick the ancestor frequency, the archetype from the list. So the list that we have from the Shamanic Oracle, and I want to say that behind every one of these cards, there is an astrology sign. So there's all 12 astrology signs, but you pick the ancestor energy that you're drawn to. If the sign matches yours, then it might be that the story is being told through your energy. If it doesn't, it makes up what frequencies, planets you have in your natal in that sign. And if you don't like it, pick another one, because there are no rules other than to feel comfortable. And I sense, have a laugh. We'll see, but I've got, yeah, let's do that later. Anyway, so list of the animals. It's because I just read about Laurie having birds of prey around. It begins with wild woman, then it's the gatherer, then magic, then the sorcerer, then the vision quest, then the child, then the ancient ones, the time master, the ghost dance, the witness, the hunter, and the journey. So, hello, soul schools, spiritual guidance. I'm so sorry I didn't get to meet with you in Merida. I will be going into Quintana Roo again, though, I think, shortly. Oh, Thunder 2. This is going to be exciting. I feel like with this light, we're being blessed with strange spirit energies. So, Wassail Melanie, Wassail Skywall Trees, Wassail Laura, Wassail Laurie. So, they are on the thumbnail. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, but here they all are in their many rainbow colors. So the wild woman, the gatherer, magic, the sorcerer, the vision quest, the child, the ancient ones, the time master, the ghost dance, the witness, the hunter, and the journey. So here they come, the ancestors approach. So I am going to remember timestamps, but keep an eye on me. You know what I get like. So we're beginning with the wild woman at 9 minutes and 55 seconds. So wild woman. I'm going to put that over there, which is why I will forget on the barbecue, but it's not on. I need to roast anything. I've also got my beautiful pendulum, because when you're using the pendulum as well to look at the energy that is most being drawn to, what we're being brought to. I've also laid out on the table, I've bought a map of Mexico, and we're doing this on a map of Mexico since Day of the Dead is a very Mexican celebration. What I would say is I bought the map to try and help me decide where I was going next. And every time I try to move north or west, the pendulum just gives this kind of resistance and it just doesn't want to move. But more of that pendulum later. So, did you pick the wild woman? Oh, this is going to be... Didn't test that out, did I? It'll get better as the light, I suspect. It's nice there. Did you pick the wild woman? The wild woman's cards are Cancer, this 10. Oh, no. I haven't got the little book. Just going to have to do it without the little book this time. These two, Midgard and Jotunheimr. And I'm laying these out because for this, like the explosions, I want the energy of the story to just hit. So, we have Sigil, which is life force, and we have a witchcraft, and then we have the Daughter of Cups. Oh, this is going to annoy. The Daughter of Cups and the Shaman of Swords. So we're going to ring the bells. I might, let's just hold the bowl. Wassail, Sheila, wild woman, yeah. And you were the one that named the energy in that card as Elder, Sheila. And I knew it was right, the witchcraft, because you're a witch. So, you can ring my bells, you can ring my bells, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ah. You can ring my bells, you can ring my bells. So here's the other little game we're going to play today. Pick a number, please, between 1 and 50, people. Pick a number between 1 and 50. I'm just going to take the first answer. 9. Right, we have 9. Oh, no, look, the phone's not connecting. So I've got a list of songs of the dead. So the song associated with this, if you want to look up the lyrics, is Tomorrow Never Comes by Garth Brooks. So have a sip of water. You've got to be quicker on those numbers, people. So 6216. There's something about the mirror within you not being true. So the ancestors trying to bring truth towards you. There's something of your gifts, your skills that's hidden. I'm seeing that energy. I'm seeing a big energetic journey to bring you into Earth. It's like your life force is being driven, and it's got something to do with the truth of your soul somehow, the truth of your soul coming home to yourself. But at the moment, your portion of the bloodline story of a wild witch woman in your past. So we're going to take the pendant and see, oh, you see, she's trapped. The wild woman is trapped. The card of Cancer has got positive spinning energy. Your sacral, is spinning negatively. Jotunheimr, positive energy. Midgard stuck. Your place in the world is stuck until you get to go home through the energy. This wild woman is bringing you a treasure. Okay, life force. Life force is moving up and down. It's talking, it's running, the pendulum's swinging between the two spaces. It's saying you haven't somehow connected what you came down with to what you plug in. You're still in kind of ether frequency. And then I feel like I need to sort of, oh, look, we can do this. Then you can see it. So this is spinning positively. The witchcraft is very positive. Daughter of Wands. So the energy of the flow of new emotional language, seeing a bigger picture is blocked. There's nothing. Look, completely dead energy on the Shaman. That's exciting. Now we know how we're doing this. We can do that with each one. So what is the energy story that we're getting here? I'm going to add some other cards, but there's this big journey. We're dealing with an energy of an ancestor who was some kind of, I don't want to say like an old herbalist woman that did midwifery. This was a witch. This was a woman who connected her power. The key energy that she's shown me is how she had combined frequency of the heart. She knew how to combine her higher and lower heart. We're looking at an energy of someone from long ago, long ago. The number they're putting in my ears is like 2 millennia. It's really early frequency, almost alchemist, Mary the Jewess type of frequency. So what is she coming to do? She, in many ways, help you climb into your life. But I want to know what she's got hidden in this treasure. It's some kind of, she's bringing you some kind of out-of-body experience, some kind of, like a haze. There's the energy of blue lotuses, but they're currently trapped below the ground. There's something about an energy in the earth that's trying to reach out to you. You need somehow to bring, it's something to do with bringing the energy of waters, emotions from the earth. They're drawing me to the Midgard and the Daughter of Cups frequency. And there is a river running, but there's something about your river isn't flowing. And so there's something in this chest. I need to know what's in this chest. So I've got the rest of the shamanic deck that hasn't been pulled out to see what. I love Mary the Jewess so much. I'm not saying it is Mary the Jewess, but this ancestor has got female alchemist. Every time a bang goes off, it's an absolute truth that's coming out. So what's in this chest? What's in this? There is something about Alexandra, not a person, the place. So this could be going back even further. Really being pulled to hidden knowledge in the treasure chest, perhaps. Hold on, please. There we go. Right, it's serpent frequency. So it is hidden knowledge. It's the knowledge of Isis and Osiris, and it's in the underworld. When they went into the underworld, they got jiggy and they created something. Ignore that part of the story and let's think of it as, oh, it's Leo season. It's the snake energy. I say Leo season. I mean, today, Leo, the moon is in Leo. And it's about that frequency of bringing down the cosmic snake. She's looking up. It's all beginning to come into its truth. The wild woman is going to help you look up and pull down. Wassail Shelley, Wassail Emsa. She's going to help you to pull down. Is Reem here too? Wassail Reem. You need to pull down your cosmic serpent because you've got to plug that cosmic serpent. You've got to use your cosmic serpent to call up the energy of the earth serpent. And it's this. It's almost the cosmic, the Jotunheimr is this big magical energy of the wild woman. This ancestor who's behind the veil that comes through. The earth is tiny in comparison. It's like a little baby earthworm. It's full of potential. The point being, the earth has become less huge than it was when it ruled the world. So the serpent is this joining of your cosmic serpent and your earth serpent and you join them in your heart. And that's what she's teaching you. This is the next step in your life force, the next spiritual journey that you're on. And it's going to take place with witchcraft. I'm going to come back to this one in a bit because that was the dead card. So let's get a little tarot on this. The tarot is going to go back each time. All the other cards are not going back. Wassail Eve. Wassail Divine Virgo Empress. Wassail Christina. Wassail Anna. Wassail Anna. Wassail P. Monroe. If anyone sees Joy's friend, I'll remember the name when I see it, but it's gone out of my head in the middle of this channeling. We need to tell her that Joy came back through in the last reading and had a message for her. Right, so 7 of Cups. Oh, the lighting. When it gets darker, it'll get easier. The 7 of Cups, the toxicity melting. I almost want to say that this feels mucusy, bunged, sort of sniffly, sneezy, like you've got to detox snot, really seriously. It's like, this is really weird. I just said about how the waters are not flowing in the earth. The waters aren't flowing in the earth because somehow the cosmic snake brings the tune that entices that energy. Phlegm. Yes, phlegm. It's one of the humors. You're dealing with phlegm. But what I want to say is that somehow the phlegm purifies the water or adds the magic to the water. I'm not saying go around going, but there's something about the energy. What's else, Steve? There's something really good about the energy of snot and phlegm, like a detox. So now we've got this massive pile of cards. Ooh. So we have the Hierophant. When your cosmic serpent that the wild woman is witchcraftily sending to you it will combine the energies in the heart chakra, and it's a spiritual awakening for the Jormungandr, the earth serpent, because the earth serpent has been weakened in the recent decades because it was getting ready to hand over the baton to air. So it's been weakened. And from behind the veil, for some reason, I immediately am being told Taurus. So this, you need to celebrate this ancestor, but this magic that you're working on with them is going to be... I purge a lot of snot. Well done, Reem. It's important. We are still with the wild woman. Have we done it for too long? Oh my God. We're on 26 minutes. There's 12 of them. So yes, it's the lunar eclipse brings a completion, the first step of the completion, the coming back into the world in dominance, in wild woman frequency, will come at the end of the eclipse tunnel, and that's the universal completion. So celebrate this ancestor and write a poem to them, connect to their witchcraft, feel the energy of this huge journey. She's got a secret treasure for you, and the treasure is your power, you returning home to your celestial city. So this shaman of swords, let's just see if we get a change in the shaman of swords. Yeah, look, once that journey's done, look, there's something about this card that is, I kind of want to say, cycle of phlegm. There's something about the detoxifying that brings about the regrowth, but it's bringing about crown frequency. She has just one feather because the treasure chest's not open. What's in the treasure chest is a spiritual, like a spiritual bathing is what they're putting through, a spiritual bathing. So, no, you might all have a blurry picture. I sometimes think the picture it shows me is so crystal clear, and then they just do whatever they want when they show it to all of you. You don't need to see me in high def. I'm sorry there's a lot of buffering. Oh, it's bad for everyone. I'm so sorry. The messages are good, though. Seriously, the messages are good. So, timestamp. See, look at me remembering. We're moving on to the gatherer at 28:44. So, did you pick the gatherer? Let's find the gatherer. Here's the gatherer. The gatherer's in the building, I'm telling you. The gatherer's here. The gatherer's here. It might be blurry because I've got all these LED lights on. Did you pick the gatherer? So, what's with the gatherer? Gatherer is... The gatherer's here. It's gathering. Right, so Sheila, the booms are in this area. They set off all of the fireworks and the explosions to wake the dead for Day of the Dead. And that's what we're doing. We're waking ancestor frequencies to connect with them and learn something. This is Sagittarius. So we're dealing with mutable fire. This is energy. This is the card of energy. Ooh, look, we've got the beautiful hell. We have Loki, shape-shifting. We have Oak, up 25, support. We have poplar, bark, begin. We have the 9 of swords, chaotic. Ooh, and then we have connecting with the higher self. So let's do the bells to clear the air, even though I know the gatherer's here. Oh, each one got softer and softer and softer. So there's some kind of contradiction in the gathering frequencies. You're gathering them to mold them into something new, but it's somehow like trimming the edges of things. There's something that's too much to handle and needs trimming down to shift it into some kind of bigger frequency. That's interesting. So we're going to take the pendulum and we're going to go over the cards. I'm liking this bit, people. So the gatherer. Right, the gatherer has a blocked energy, hoarding, holding on to too many things. I don't mean physical objects. I mean just holding on to too much. The mutability, the fiery mutability has got positive energy. You need to apply Sagittarian energy to the mutability. The energy is that the gatherer has gathered too much energy. This ancestor is holding too much energy and it's a struggle to keep it up. It's almost pained. Look, hell is dealing in spiral. She's just turning. It's like the gatherer is trapped in hell. We'll get there. Loki. The shift is important. Look, the shift is a positive energy. Oak. Oh, it doesn't even want to go on oak. It's gone cold. There's no support. I'm being told this is about you supporting your ancestor and not your ancestor supporting you. The ancestor's like, I don't want to begin. I don't want to begin. I don't want to begin. This is really strong energy. This 9 of swords, this energy, this is about you reaching out to your ancestor to help your ancestor. Your ancestors lost the connection to their higher self. Okay? So, what I'm picking up is an energy of this ancestor has left a fragment of themselves here that's still alive in the dead realms, in hell, but they've actually gone on to other lives. Now, I don't mean that the energy of them having lived and died here in the earth realm has gone on. That energy of them is still here. But another, so imagine this was your soul pot. That's the completeness. And we just take one drop and that is your ancestor's life. Just that one drop is all that was. And that drop is still here. It's not being returned to the soul pot. But the soul pot has since many times taken out other drops and lived other lives. But there's something about this energy that's still fragmented here. And it's afraid to move into the light. There's something the ancestor did. It's the hoarding, possessions, energies. there's something about they can't let go, and since passing, they've not been able to face what they did in life. They fear moving forwards. There's something, and you've got to help them shift. So, how are you all doing? Trying to remember that I must stop jargon splurging and have a look at what you're all up to as well. So, how do you help your gatherer? How do you help your hoarder? You see, this is a fading energy of Earth. Usually this energy comes forwards, but I'm seeing this energy as retreating. They've retreated so far into the Earth that they don't know how to lift themselves back out. I'm also being told to point out 1818 and 9. 1818, the beginning of change, but divine change. So let's get, you see, hell is a representation of being misunderstood. But it's this energy I'm getting is that the gatherer misunderstands themselves. It's almost like blame they put on themselves. So, and this 9 of Swords, this chaotic frequency, and you can see this stream of life. Oh, let me just look at this. I was just about to say, this is the many lives that the soul pot has lived since, each drop, and each drop has been complicated. And again, we've got the Sagittarius frequency here. There's a red centaur firing an arrow. It's like this soul fragment that's left behind is distorting the other lives that are being led since that point. And some of them are in the future, some are in the past. It's all very complicated. You're trying to lead them back to their higher self. And their higher self is almost the Heimdall, the Rainbow Bridge. The higher self is the kind of guide that will lead that energy back to the soul pot. So how are you going to do that? Just like that. So, Wassail Gwen, Wassail M, Wassail M, Wassail Holly, Wassail Sacred Seer. Oh, you need a number. Sorry, we need a number between 1 and 50. Quickly, who's first? We're just taking the first one that comes, people. I mean, I'm having number 9 again. Oh, I need to write that down. Just so that I remember. 23. Okay, we'll do 23. So if you want to look up a lyric that might help you, a song that might help you with this story, Last Kiss. It's really important, this one. Last Kiss by Pearl Jam. About losing a loved one in a fatal accident that they caused. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's what happened. Now we're getting there. So, how can you help them? How can you help this hoarder? Oh, I think they hoarded everything of their loved one when they died. And it must have been some kind of accident that they feel they were responsible for. They may have been. They may not have been. It's like this energy, this is reunion. This is coming back to it's. So I'm being shown that the dead person keeps coming back to the gatherer and saying it's all okay, and the gatherer doesn't trust them. The gatherer is fighting still. I feel like the problem, and that caused the accident. So, any more on this, please? Oh, look. We're getting phlegm again. This is tears. This is that energy. There's a real sadness. And it's the truth. There's a sadness in the face of the gatherer. I've always noticed that, but it's very relevant today. Oh, I can really smell the fireworks. Oh, look. You need to show them the light. You need to bring the light energy in for them. You need to be able to, wind's picking up, wind of change. This is really important that you do this. You have to show them the tester code frequency. You have to show them the divine. You have to talk to your ancestor and teach them, respect them, but you've got to shift them. You've got to shift their energy so that they're willing to go towards their higher self up a Bifrost bridge. How? Still not enough, really, is it? How? How? Is that the words of the song? Or what collective beauty in this space is the words of the song? I don't know. Yeah, there's an oppression. We've got Sagittarius, Saturn, in Sagittarius. The tenatals, they're overburdened. They're weighted down by all the possessions. It's almost like they could live in this space. They could live behind here in their old building with all their things. This is kind of, I'm feeling like it's sort of only a couple of 100 years ago that this ancestor's been there. It's not that long, but they need to shift. They need to return. It's almost the energy here is of the weeping of their soul pot for the fragment that never came back. And the higher self is holding a light. Maybe you need to connect to their higher self. Does that make sense? No, I'm going to pull with these. Do they need to connect with their with the higher self of the gatherer? So to bypass the energy of the dead and go to the dead's overspirit. That was a bit of a pile. I'm not going to do 5. Yeah, it is. The power to move them on is in their holy mountain. You need to connect 5125. That's 13 frequency. You need to guide them to their holy mountain. You need to return them to their higher self, this frequency of the daughter of discs. You need to show them. You need to share with them the knowledge that. So I'm getting this frequency, which is you tell them that you share their DNA. You share their DNA with them, not all of it, but you share a blood story with them. And it's time that that blood story ended. And it means, I want to say, it brings an energy with you of hoarding. It brings an energy of you not being able to let go of things. It brings an energy of you wanting to shut yourselves away. It brings an energy of sadness within the earth. And so you need to say to the ancestor, now is the time to go back to the light. Spirit is here working through me to wash clean all of the emotions, to change that frequency and guide them back to themselves. Oh, dearie, 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 dearie me. That was the truth. Guide them back to themselves. Guide them back to themselves. So that's theirs. I need to put the go back. I'm going to remember timestamps. Oh, Wassail Elsa. So we need to put all of these ones over there because we're not going to be seeing those again. I can put the earth one back because that wasn't originally part of the mix. Timestamps, people. Did you pick magic? Did you pick magic? So magic is 4608. So, did you pick magic? It's a kind of magic. I know I've had that one before. I've forgotten what number that song was. Let me just look it up. So I want to keep those references in. That was 23. You need to keep a memory of these notes, people. So, I'm going to show you the cards. We have magic 3-3. I think actually I'm being told to immediately pick song 33 for this. I know I usually ask you, but they're just saying it's that song. I'll Stay With You by Beth Hart. This song highlights the bond with a deceased loved one and suggests an afterlife. See what we get. So that's I'll Stay With You by Beth Hart. So this is Taurus energy, whether that's your energy or whether it's the ancestors' energy. That's what's coming through. Oh, the smell of gunpowder. Distant pop. Right. 29. This is the energy of collapsing, of running out of energy, the lack of energy. And then we have the vessel. And then we have Freya, beautiful love, Taurus. This is very Taurian energy. I don't think we usually have to. We're fitting them in. We'll see if we can get them all in. Then we have needle and mortar, needle and calc. Needle and calc. It is a bit Guy Fawkes, but it's Day of the Dead. Dios de los Muertos. Now we've got the Priestess of Swords. And then we've got the World card. What did that song mean? Forgotten already. The bond with a deceased loved one and suggests an afterlife. You've got to let them go. They want you to live. I'm getting the feeling that this magic that's coming through here is a loved one that you know personally. It's a very recent energy, and it's an energy that pains you. It's an energy that hurts you. It's an energy that doesn't allow you any form of celebration. So, yeah, all of the cards are in the description box. If you just pull it down, it'll have the list of the cards. I haven't put the star signs in, even though I know them, because I really want you to pick on the archetype of the cards. There was a sense of growing emotion. I feel like I'm being told you need to shed tears one last time and then live. Shed the tears one last time. Get back up, stand back up. Fill your body with love. They're bringing this magic to you in the real world for you to live, for you to enjoy. You know, it really could be. It could be your mum, all of these things. It's just that this is a very recent person that passed. It could be my mum as well. My mum's Taurus. And there's a rumble of thunder. My mother also had a 7-planet stellium in Taurus. She was so fixed Earth that she almost was the Earth. She was very, very much birthing Empress energy. She had to work hard to birth me, I'm quite sure. So let's take the pendulum and let's see what we're getting. Okay, so let's come down to the cards. So that's so interesting. No movement. No movement. Let me go. I'm hearing the words, please let me. No, not let me go. Let me grow. Let me grow. Let me be the thing. Look, now we're getting the message. Look, it's spinning. Let me be more than you let me be. Don't let. Oh! Let me be more than your memories of me. I'm so much more. Let me be who I will be in spirit and who we will be together in another life. Okay? So, Taurus. Right, I want to say that you are holding them fixed. You are keeping them stuck in the earth. This up and down motion is scribing the rune ice to grip with life. So, oh, look, it doesn't like this. It doesn't like this spirit. You're bound. It's showing me the frame of this card. You're bound in your sadness. Look at the energy. Spirit is opening your vessel to refill it. But it's your ancestor that's doing it. They're clearing a pathway to renew you, to lift you back up. Freya, you've got no love. You've lost love. You've got caught in the up and down stuckness of love. This needle, this portal. Oh, you see, it's swinging across. It came in with motion, and it very quickly, it's like opportunities keep arising. Energies. I'm telling you, this is a really important message. We're getting lots of these wake the dead, but they're saying wake you. They're saying wake you, wake up. This isn't about waking the spirits. The spirits here. This departed person's here. You wake up. You wake up to how you're holding not just them hostage, but yourself. Because this needle card is coming across as an energy of opportunity that this spirit keeps lining up to you, but then you're not able to allow the flow through. It cuts off quickly. Malta and anchored. Oh, sorry, you need to go down. Nothing. You can't anchor anything into your world because you're caught in grief. Priestess. And it was the truth. Look, let spirit walk away. Let this dead person fly to where they're going to be. They're going to come back, but they need time to reflect and to decide how best to help you. They've been trying to help you and they've failed, but now you've got to help yourself by letting go of them so that they can return more powerful. And the world, no, look, the world, you haven't got to that point yet. That completion that's promised can't come in yet. This is an amazing reading. I'm loving using the pendulum to get us into the energies. More thunder. I was hoping it might give some lightning because it's a very, you can't see, but the sky's getting very dark. And I thought it would be really interesting to have rain falling and thunder and bangs from explosions and just to wake all the dead. What card we're on? We're on magic. Denise, Wassail Perry, Wassail Teresa, Wassail Kelly. So I feel almost like that message is complete in itself, but I'm going to add some more because this is a message to you from the ancestor to change the bloodline, let them go. Let them be dead. Let them move on and they'll come back. Let me just pull that back down. I need to read something. Elsa, I couldn't be with my mother because of COVID. She was in a dementia home. And you weren't allowed in. But what I want to say to you is it doesn't matter that you couldn't be with her. That was the journey. And that's, in many ways, what this means. Because you're giving yourself some kind of collapsed grief on it, you're not allowing your mother to move on and be the full energy that she wants to be. Okay? So what do we have here? Yeah, it's really the curse and the arrow. The arrow is coming across as the needle. It's coming across as the thing that you can't seem to pin down. That ability to let go, that ability to move forwards. But what is the curse? I feel like it's your ancestor putting the hand across your mouth and just saying, stop it. Just stop the self-abuse. I'm dead. And I'm really happy where I am, but you need to stop the self-abuse because you're holding me back. I can be more profoundly powerful, but you won't let me pass through my own needle. You won't let life anchor itself as two separate journeys now, the living world and spirit world, two different. So this is almost like where you push the needle through and then the needle comes back out. You're not allowing that needle to be engaged, to let them stitch the next part of their journey. We're holding them stuck in a sacral wound, is what I'm hearing, holding on the energy of them and not letting them go. Day of the Dead is about celebrating the dead. It's about remembering the humorous things. And it's too easy to go with the pantomime of death. And we have to release. My brother, I often say this, came to me and he said, stop seeing me as your brother. See me as who we will be in the next life. Because then I'm empowered. And it means they can take their whole soul with them. They don't leave a fragment behind. So, any message from this beloved one that passed over? It's really fascinating. I'm just going to show you it straight away. This is your biggest tower moment of your life. Letting go. Learning to let... I know that sounds terrible. You will see them again. So, this is the Hermit. There's something mournful about this hermit, and it's holding their light in your lantern. It's not your light to hold. It's their light. You have to let them shine their own light. You have to let them go. Okay, so Wassail Joyce, thank you. You have to let them go. Oh, see that one's, it's saying the choice. This card has two energies. You can keep living in the frequency of strife, or you can put all the strife behind you and become just the Ace of Wands. But it's a choice. It's a point. Oh, look. It's the calc. You need to decide how to anchor your life moving forwards, but you don't anchor your life by not lifting up the anchor on theirs and letting their boat sail on to wherever they're going next. So, so what happens if you let them go? What happens if you let them go? Oh, that one really sensually ran down my arm. Your tree grows, life grows. You get the key, you get the completion. So let's just see now that the story's been told. Look at that. The joy, the energy, it's going wider than the card. You've got to let them go. You've got to celebrate them. You've got to celebrate that time and let them walk on. Let the energy of the loved one walk on. Okay? Wassail Temple. So I need to put those back into the shamanics and put the off back to, and then I'm going to remember to timestamp because I'm on the ball. And all the rest of these cards can be pushed over to that side. So let's get the timestamp down. Let's get the next set of cards. Ooh, we're moving on to the Sorcerer. So the Sorcerer begins at 1:03:12. I'm going to be here, 1:03:13 actually. Going to be here a long time. So the Sorcerer, did you pick the Sorcerer? I'm going to have a sip of water while you look at that card. So did you pick Sorcerer? I need to keep that deck, that book here, to write the song down on when we get there. Right, the Sorcerer is Capricorn. Frequency of Capricorn, whether that be you, whether it be Capricorn in your sign, in your birth chart, and what planets are in it, or whether this be the energy associated with this Sorcerer. Ooh. Cardinal Earth. There's something about a veil in this. A change frequency. We've got Geffen. We've got a gathering truth. I feel like this is a mob coming for the Sorcerer. The rumble of thunder in the distance there. Hugging and mugging. You see, I always joke about hugging and thugging, but that's what I feel happened. I feel like this ancestor was mobbed and murdered. So then we've got Swelgeness. Swelgeness. The past. It is a dark past. And then we've got Perth. Moment again. It's the Fool. It's definitely a new beginning. I love them. So, before I ring the bells, let's have a number between 1 and 50. If you give me a number I've already taken, I won't take it. But the first one, give me a number between 1 and 50. 11. Well done, Melanie. Too late, people. 11 has hit my screen first. 11, the lyrics and the song associated with this character is Only the Good Die Young by Billy Joel. A light-hearted reminder to live life to the fullest. I get the feeling that this sorcerer energy, we say dark. Dark was the energy that the community put on. I think this was a person with cardinal earth frequency who loved a bit of life, really lived, and was punished for living. Ooh. So, the second bell was accompanied by a rumble of thunder. And there was something about the energy that never changed. It was just cardinal energy, and it was something from outside the community that rumbled on. I'm sorry if you're having connection problems, Sue. Some people are, but you'll hear it. And by the time it goes as a solid post, it usually fixes all the blurry. So we need to look at the energy of each card to get the story. And so we're using the quartz. So let's go down. Here are the cards. Sorcerer. You see, only the good. This character, we're seeing it as a dark energy, but it was a really good energy. It's an energy of somebody whose name was blackened. Capricorn. Okay, so there's an energy where the cardinal frequency of the earth, their ability to think outside boxes, was what stopped their life. It interfered. Pop. There's another one. I think this energy is really celebrating. It really wants to be heard. It's coming through back from behind the veil. The truth is coming out. We've never had so many bands. Look at the negative blocking. The truth that they thought was the truth was not the truth. The truth is goodness. Hugging and mugging. Again, look, this is the energy of being mobbed. The past. Sorry about all the bangs. The vortex is spinning in the right direction. It's time to move this story on. The surge. The surge has yet to happen. It's an energy of life. The tower. The tower is the same thing. It's this energy of just being stuck on the edge of this tower moment and not being freed. And not being free to move on either. Look, we're still stuck. That's so interesting. Movement and then just audible. So somehow this ancestor's loud. Yeah, Eve, he really wants your attention. Can you hear me? Goodness. I might bring the mic a bit nearer to me for a minute so that I can kind of be heard over the loud bass. It's so beautiful. So let's find out what we need to do. I have a sip of water. What was this one? Only the good die young. I feel like the noises are saying that this character still feels like their name is clearing. It's like, it's almost like this mob haven't gone. The mob are still there. You need to protect this ancestor from violence still in spirit. So we had a little. So what are we doing? Oh, soul retrieval. Oh, 48, 49. It's their next step is to retrieve their soul. There's something about this frequency is still mobbing his soul. He can't retrieve his soul because they're standing in a blockage. How do you move them? How do you move the mob? There's another says I can hear the whoosh. How do we stop the mob? How do we stop the mob? Right, they're saying magnify the emotions. Magnify the emotions. What does that mean? Magnify the emotions. Because your ancestors' freedom is in the river of the cosmic ocean, that surging into a new place. But they're not going to go until they can pick up their soul. So how do you magnify the emotions to show the mob? How do you magnify the emotions? How do you magnify the emotions? Oh, this is very powerful frequency. You have to connect with the upper world to amplify the water. Look at this. It's almost like you in dream world, in a meditation, you have to go into the whirlpool, this stagnating energy that's spinning in the right direction because it's time to change this. What I'm seeing is you have to be a kind of water phoenix. You have to show them that the emotions are powerful than their anger, than their fires, than their weight, than their mistruths. You have to show them the power of the water phoenix, and the water phoenix is in your blood. It's in the blood because it was in your ancestors' blood. This rainbow is beginning to emerge, but you've got to show them. You've got to show them that to think differently. You've got to bring a new emotion to them. I know. I love Water Phoenix. You see, look, I feel like we've silenced them. We've spoken it. And it was like they were trying to stop us from even talking about this ancestor. Because you know what? They know they did wrong. they know they did wrong. You need to show them the water phoenix that's in your songline. It's in your ancestor songline. I think I only need one more card for this one. You need to show them love. You need to show them that the emotion of love is stronger than the group mentality of fear. That's the solution. It doesn't need any more. Show them the emotion of love through your water phoenix. Flow, magnify the love, and it will free your ancestor to retrieve their soul. And I think somehow they're saying it retrieves a fragment of your own soul that you would otherwise never been able to reach. Okay? That's very, very, very beautiful story. So we're going to move on to the next one. And if you are a Capricorn, it's saying you've come along at the right time to be this cardinal earth energy that links into the Mergoat, the water goat energy of your ancestor. If you're not, just think more like a cardinal earth sign. Oh, hang on. Before we do that, we need to see what happens. We need to see what the Fool card that was just up and down before. Have we found your solution? Oh, it's so lovely. I'm loving this. There's a rumble of distant thunder still. I'm hoping that we will get a flash of thunder at the appropriate moment. So let's put all of that one back. So I think this is the beginning of the next one. Oh dear. So Vision Quest is 1:18:33. So I'll grab the cards. Did you pick Vision Quest? I feel like she's dancing between clouds of lightning. That's the energy I'm getting. Dancing through clouds of lightning. So, what do we have? This is Virgo. Eve. Penelope, you're up. Or your ancestor is. This is very feminine energy. This is an energy. Get up out your chairs, people. Get up out your chairs. Oh, yeah, Sheila. This is you. Oh, looky. Original birthright. Othal. Originate. Cosmic beingness. Taking off into the sky. Oh, boom. Boom. Right. You've got static. 12. Get up out here. And you've got towardness, the future. I feel like this is a spirit from the future. I don't feel like this doesn't feel like an ancestor. It is an ancestor, but they're from the future. Maybe they're your own bloodline that you've left behind, that you haven't left behind yet, but in the future you have. There's something about this coming backwards in time. And then you have so again, and I've got 6 and 3. It's like the energy of a vision quest, but piece of magic being formed by spirits. And then the Son of Swords. I don't know what to make of that one. I find this card very hard to read. It's about being in raw energy. At the moment, I'm getting energy of greed. It's like stopping at nothing to accumulate wealth. I mean, you know, he's wrung the neck of the piece of dove, the dove of peace. We'll have to come back to that. So, pick a number between 1 and 50. First one gets to choose. I need the book. $44 is the first one I've seen. So we're having 44. Well done, Marissa, for being fast digits. Let's see what 44 is. So if you want to look up the lyric of the song, Slipped Away by Avril Lavigne, written for her grandfather, Avril Lavigne expresses a deep sadness and regret about his passing. So, did I do bells? I can't remember if I did bells. Did I do bells? I'm going to do bells again anyway. All in these, because this is future spirits. I can't have done bells. I've only just put the cards out. So, I gave 6 because I was told to do one for each of the spirits of the future that are rising on the air. Now that we've got this grandfather frequency, it is related to this male figure, and it's about. I kind of want to say this is the energy of a man who had to do things he didn't want to do. Someone who had to do, it could have been war, it could have been something within work, it could have been something within domestic life, but they did something. There's a sense of sacrifice. There's a sense of it being drummed in as a birthright. And it caused a staticness. It caused a discomfort. It caused mental anguish. So let's get the pendulum. So Wassail, other people that haven't seen, Sigrid, Force, Wassail Green Goddess, Wassail Evita. So we're going down with the pendulum to the cards. Ooh, might have to just bring that across a little bit. So, Vision Quest. You see, this is really interesting. This is going backwards, but from the future. There's something that came in from the future to fix something for an ancestor. So, Virgo. Oh my God, that was tracing the actual shape of Virgo. It followed the lines of the card. It's doing it slightly again. Okay. you turn something around. You're bringing in this future energy and you're turning it around. What's this 3? This Empress frequency. This Empress frequency is blocked. This is what should flow quite naturally. There's something about sitting on your ass. You know, I mean, that's what they're saying. Stop sitting on your ass. Get up and do something about it. Adal. The birthright is blocked. You have to fix something to make this magic work. You have to fix something. Well, look at what it is. Pethro. This has got positive energy. Cosmic beingness. This is the vision quest. This is taking flight, setting off on the journey. Static. Yeah, look, it's just left and right. It's a blockage. It's a negative. It's not one moving up and down. It's moving across. Unstable connection again, people. Future briars. The future clears. It's almost like you know the future clears because your last life was that you led before this one wasn't in the past, was in the future. You've come backwards. That's still, look, there's nothing going on that card. And then here, there's a real sadness in the last 2 cards. So let's go to the Shamanic Oracle and let's find out there will be a message in all of them. And if you picked one that you didn't like and you like this one more, go with this one. No rules. You can just change your plan. It doesn't mean you picked badly the first time. It just means that you didn't have all the information and then you see the truth of what you really need to be working on. So, Vision Quest, Grandfather Frequency. Look, that's exactly the energy of an outer circle moving in one direction and an inner circle moving in another direction, coming from a future space with more knowledge to fix and anchor something into the present now that's to do with something that a grandfather had to do, some kind of sacrifice, some kind of troubled energy. And you have to change it. It's an 8, it's a circle. So, you are the medicine. You are the medicine to future generations. That's what I'm being told. You are the medicine. You have to hold space in the now. This is an 8 again. It's an 8-8 energy. You have to hold almost all of the bloodlines. You have to kind of gather them. You have to pull this frequency together, very much the energy of circles. It's like this is a static moment. This is a static moment to put everything in its place so that you can then allow that to be an anchor so that the future that you've already experienced in your last life is fixed in a reality. Don't know how you do that, but okay. So talk to me about this 6 of Swords, these 6 spirits. Right, we've got 2 for the moment. Sovereignty, 9. This is the divine aspect that you're carrying. So they were making me think about swords of truth. You hold a divine sword of truth that needs to be present. These 6 swords, there's something about, it's like a group of souls that knew this 7th soul. And they're holding an energetic frequency space. They're holding a clarity for you to come in and bring a truth, as an anchoring truth, piercing into you're the medicine, but that you're being held in, you're being held in a frequency of love so that you can bring something to flow that's to do with an energy that you've already lived in the future. You've lived an energy of pure love, possibly with this person that was once a grandfather, because remember, people reincarnate with you in so many different forms. There's nothing icky about that notion. But in this existence that they had, there was something sacrificed and troubled that was a broken promise almost by society. And I'm being shown the briars. It made a blockage. So what do you have to do then to anchor this truth? What do you have to do to anchor this truth? This year's Scorpio season is exceptionally profound because it's the first one since we mutated into from Earth. We're in the it's gone very dark behind me, I realise now. How can we have already lived in the future? Well, it kind of came out in a message before. You have a soul pot and you have a life, one drop that you're living now. And then because there's no time for this, all time is all time, there's another version of you that's from the past. And then there's another drop of you that's in the future. But to your soul pot, they're all at the same time. So it's possible for you to connect to future lives that you've already lived. Sorry to warp your heads. So I just need one more card for this. How do you anchor this in? That's really interesting. So it's this energy, this magic that's being held. It's almost like you don't have to anchor. You have to transform a frequency. And that frequency, because this is a grandparent, is resonating within you. And it's the energy of failure. You have to stop believing that you fail things. That's the secret of this vision quest. You have to move to success. You have to understand that the failure is an important springboard to the future because you've already been there. So let's just see what happens. So it is that failure is a springboard to growth. That's beautiful. And then this energy here, looking at the treasure, it's the spiral that we started with in the vision quest, but now everything's rolling towards future frequencies as they're meant to. In many ways, they always would, but the longer you hold off accepting failures as being growth, the longer it takes you to anchor the truth into your future. So let's pop those two back in. And we'll move on to the next one. Move on, move on, move on, move on. You've got Empress frequency behind you, helping you do this. But you've got to see that, you know, some years things have to fail because it makes us stronger for what's coming. So did you pick the child, which is 136.55? So did you pick the child? The child, the child, the child. Let's find all the cards for the child. Did you pick the child? The child is coming with Libra frequency. It's also coming with a pleasant surprise. Thor's big portal energy. Idun. Oh, you've got 3 Odin cards, you greedy children. So you've got Baldur. Oh, look, you've got Athal. And you've got Wacken. I feel like it is that way around. Wake up to the original birthright. Oh, you've got 3 of these as well. I'm not going to be able to fit them all in. So you've got yourself. You've turned up, Libra, the Norns. And you've got the 3 of Cups, which is the snake wrangler goddess weaving her spells. And then you've got the Daughter of Wands, which is kind of like dancing with freedom. So, bells. I'm going to have the bells first. And then we'll do the song. Do you know the energy that I want to put with that was nothingness? That was like hitting the void 3 times and nothing coming out. Which is a little bit like this energy. Wake up and let something come from the void. So, number between 1 and 50. First one gets to pick. I need the book. Oh, now that the sun's gone in, it's getting nippy out here. 42. So, Angela, Wassail Angela, 42. So, Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. A son's recount of his father talking to him about death. Let's talk about death, baby. Let's talk about death, baby. Oh, you see, this is interesting. I'm getting the frequency of a parent damaging a child. Okay. Not very nice, but there you have it. Let's move down. I am going to get a poncho, but every time I've seen them, I don't like them. There's not a poncho yet. There's blankets that are all colourful enough for me, but the ponchos are a bit dull. So I might have to get a blanket and cut a hole in it and stitch it myself into a poncho. So I think we can all see most of those. So the child... The child is just suffocated. There's just nothing. This has got an energy of gender oppression or gender abuse, or it's like a critical parent. So Libra, there's nothing there. This child spirit was so damaged that they don't know how to form partnerships. There's nothing there. So what's this woman of a surprise? Why is it? This is so bizarre. This is boxed in. The surprise is boxed in. Thurs. There's no portal open for this child, this young spirit. Idun. I feel like this child was never fed properly by parents. I've never experienced no energy. No energy. I mean, I'm sensing that this is a grandparent, an elder, but the elder didn't see what was going on with the child. There was a blindness in the elder. The light didn't shine through to reach the child. No, it's doing the same thing as it did with the child. There's no ability, there's just fog and confusion. Absolutely fascinating. There's energy within the void, but it can't seem to trigger. So justice, what's justice got? See, now look. Now we're getting somewhere. You are justice. You are bringing in justice. Just going to move that one along so I can't fit those two in. Right, this focuses on the snake wrangler goddess. This is coming across as a card of a sort of spiritual court, a cosmic law court. This has to be fixed. It's not fixed. At the moment, it's static. It can't get there. Okay. 2. I want to say that I'm feeling with this one, other than that, it's a very tragic story. Elements of this story will play out in your life. The energy of the child almost being starved to death will have come out in your bloodline as where you restrict your own eating habits, because it's part of a blood story that keeps coming in. At the moment, I'm not sure what else to say, so I'm going to go to the cards. This is a very, very heavy energy. Yeah, it's eating disorders that's come out because an ancestor. I mean, this is not going to be like a great grandparent because they didn't grow old enough to have a child. Maybe they did. Maybe they were made pregnant. I don't know. Maybe the pregnancy killed them because they didn't have birthing killed them. Maybe, but there's something about the regretfulness of this character not seeing. And I feel like we're actually dealing with two spirits here, like a grandparent and a grandchild. So, what would you like to say? That card spun round and got stuck. It's like being stuck. The sun couldn't come out. The energy of the grandparent wasn't protective enough. It was meant to shine a light. It's like I'm getting the energy of you trees, and I'm getting the energy of you berries, and I'm getting the energy of taxin, which is a poison. Poisoned apples. There's something. It's like past this frequency, because I feel like you're related to this character, and it could be that you're related to the mother of the child, but there's something about the father of the child being the abuser here, not allowing life to open up, because there's something about the mother trying to offer things but unable to. Everything the mother does became a poison that somehow come down the bloodline and manifests in you as an eating disorder. So, I feel that this card is coming across right now as an energy of being pushed away by family, by community, like the child being lost. There's a silence in the child, an inability to speak. So, okay, what do we need to do? What needs to happen then? What needs to happen? There's something coming in now. What needs to happen? What needs to happen? What's up, Ariel? What needs to happen? Stand still. Stand still to go backwards. There's something about letting the light out. And that's 52 is stand still. 53, this inability for the light to break through. You've got to break the shield. So what's the shield? What's the shield? What's the shield that needs to be broken? What's the shield that needs to be broken? Again, we've got a card that's double flipped and got stuck. It's the Queen of Swords. It's almost like slashing through a blockage. Oh, it's interesting. It wasn't clear until it followed. I'm getting this energy that this child died through starvation, through abuse, through trying to give birth. This frequency who didn't notice somehow is the energy that lashes out. But the energy now is a bloodline story in you where you lash out at yourself. You punish yourself for no reason, And you've got to stand still and contemplate that frequency and how to transform it, how to bring it into balance. And really, you bring it into balance by acknowledging it, by acknowledging that the truth of it is it's not your energy, it's an ancestor energy. It's a moment in the past that happened, and for whatever reason it happened. So I'm going to move on to this. Who is this person that brings a nice surprise? I feel like I want one of these on that. Who is the person that brings a nice surprise? Oh, sorry, I didn't add the stand still is the key. You've got to prune your own Yggdrasil tree. That's the card between the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So, who is this nice surprise? It's cosmic. It's Snake Wrangler Goddess. She's casting a thunder spell. She's casting a thunder spell, and that's justice. But it's not justice on the old story. It's justice on the fact that that old story doesn't belong in you. It no longer belongs here. So the Snake Wrangler Goddess, the nameless one, is untangling everything. See, here, there's a tangle, and she untangles. There's something of this Leo frequency of snake charming. So I'm just going to pop down a few more of these. How does this justice work? Is there a problem with the connection? I mean, I've got a full band. My camera is showing a great picture to me. I think it just sometimes, when you're live, I don't think YouTube offers as much signal as it used to. Right, look, this is really magical. There's a cosmic energy coming in, if you can accept, moving past an inherited story of food control. It's manifesting oppression within your timeline, and it doesn't belong to you. And it's coming with the replacement card of the Wheel of Fortune. You need to manifest the movement of the wheel. And she's got the wheel. She's holding the wheel. Your own destiny is in your own hands, but you have to cut away the energies of stories that don't really belong to you, but you've inherited through bloodlines, and you allow them to play out, but they're manifesting a suppression within you, an oppression, a weight, a burden. Somehow the burden is on your body, on your health, and you need to manifest. This is very magical energy. You need to manifest everything moving on. You are in the control of your own destiny, but you have to decide when to activate that destiny. That was quite a dark, heavy energy. Day of the Dead's meant to be about being fun, but I did imagine that these stories that were coming up would have some heavy energies in them. So there's a kind of, I was going to say, there's a kind of distant peace coming in. I'm just going to just put this on here now. Yeah. When you decide to create your destiny, you will be impassioned. You will feel impassioned. You will feel growth. It's wonderful. There's something of the ibex unicorn dancing across this card. And like the trauma will become distant. It's almost like a faded memory. Okay, so let's pop those ones back because we're using those with each deck. Everything else is part of her journey. So let's plow on with the ancient ones, and they're coming in at 157.19. So this is long. Sorry, people. Did you pick the ancient ones? Did you pick the ancient ones? The ancient ones are coming with Aquarius, Aquarian, fixed energy. 17. See, now we're back in profound magic. Scardy. There's thunder rumbling in. Oh, you've got 3. Elfamir. Dej. Owl Senses, Penelope. The Void, the Ganunga Gap. You've got 3 of these as well. Death. The Snake Goddess, bringing life, all life. And the Wheel of Fortune. That's big stuff. So, right. Pick a number between 1 and 50, quickly. It's sneeze. There's something needs letting out. 10. Sacred Seer's in there with 10. I'm going to sneeze again. 10. Time to say goodbye. Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli and Sarah Brightman. It's a duet, a sweet serenade that helps us come to peace with saying goodbye to a loved one at the time of death. It's not what I'm getting. But there might be something in the lyrics that's relevant. But this is ancient. This is about letting go of life to be reborn. This is a fixed cosmic law. This is a heavenly light. This is, I mean, Scardy is about being left alone, but she chooses to step away from a partner because they're not suited. And you've got Elven Light. I mean, these are very big frequencies, ancient cosmic energies. And this is like being purged over and over and over again. Understanding the purge. Returning to the void, returning into the void so that eventually you can come back out of the void. Death is life, and that's the endless cycle of life. That's fascinating. So let's put the did I do bells? I think I did. We're going to go with the thing. And if I didn't do bells. I don't think I did do bells. Did I do bells? I did do bells. Thanks, Penelope. Right, can we see? So, the ancient ones. This is fascinating. It's swinging directly across the mouth. And a long time ago, I had this thing which is that he has this red line, like keeping a secret, an ancient emotional secret. It's almost like he's part crow. This is fixed energy. It's fixed life energy and death energy. The Aries element of it is just up and down, 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 up and down. So, what's this energy here? There's something about this card which is the frequency of being alive, being busy, being engaged, doing, preparing, the aesthetics of the world. Skadi. Skadi's good energy. Skadi has the ability to move forward. She doesn't get stuck. Elven light. Right, the elves. This is fascinating. The elves, like the ancient ones, they weren't shaking their heads. They're like, we can't explain all of this. Dej. Oh, interesting. Nothing. You're not purged. You have to purge yourselves. They were tutting. Owl senses. Yeah, Ul. Open your senses. Spin your senses. Get that weaving. Get that rolling. The seed, the void. Now that's diagonal. Oh, looky, backwards. Death is going backwards. So I want to say that in your current life, you're not heading back to the seed void because you are not accepting of death. And that was a profound message with a bang. 2. And she births. You see, she's swinging in the right direction. And then the wheel's got the planets on. Your wheel's going wrong. Your wheel's distorted. The wheels have fallen off your cart. The wheels have fallen off the cart because from birth, we don't accept the cycle of life, which is the inevitability of death, to be reborn. This is the ancient ones. So, this is a story so old that it is as old as time itself. It's an ancient story. We're born to die. We live to die. And then we live again. And that is fixed air energy. It's spiritual energy. We are energy. We enter a vessel. We live a life in the world. We move through the world. And whatever comes, we try not to we don't slip up because we know that we're heading towards death. We know the direction we're going in, the compass, but we've lost the ability to walk with death. We have fear of death. I'm saying we, as in if you've picked this ancient ones, this is their message. You have to purge yourself of the fear. You have to open your senses, and you have to know that you return to the void, the galactic center of the universe. And then, as I said, 13 frequency, death, rebirth, and the endless cycles of life. There's lots of very interesting frequencies around here, and they're all somehow spiritual distortions. Okay, so what do we need to do then? I feel like you just need to accept that you died to be reborn. What do we need to understand from the Elfamere and the Ancient Ones? This original story, what do we need to do? What's the point of telling us this message, please? What's the point of telling us this message? Oh, this has got a busy little bit of cards. So, mystical shaman. This is like death rattle. The last breath. The last breath is the holy mountain. It's the holy mountain that nudges you from the earth. So that last breath that the shaman, all of us, we're all a mystical shaman, that last breath takes you to the holy mountain, and it's like Pachamama is the energy of the earth mountain goddess, willing you to take that last breath. But when it's your moment, she just waits patiently. And there's an energy of her waiting so patiently, but what she's frustrated is the lack of living. The fear of death is creating a fear of being alive and engaging in the beautiful world. Okay? So what can we add, please? Oh, interesting. They just want one card. Life, the tree of life, which is this symbol here behind this card. The tree of life is joyous, fulfilled emotions. And that spins the wheel of life. I'm going to just ask for some more. So, is there anything else you'd like to tell people about living their life? Anything else about living life, embracing death? Living life, embracing death. It's just, let me see if there's one more. I've got two. Living life, embracing death. Living life, embracing death. Living life, embracing death. I'm not taking that pile. I'm just going to take the ones that are too many, or I really will be here for the entire year. So, living life is to manifest your own power. That's the whole point of life. Sling yourself into life. I mean, there's a really weird energy in this card of burning roses. And that seems a really decadent thing to do. And yet it's life. I kind of want to say, this is, your power is to your space of power where all the elements meet, But to come out and walk on, a lot of people, even myself, I sat in that space for almost 2 years waiting for a hummingbird. And it was beautiful when I saw it, but did I need to wait for the hummingbird? I probably didn't. But I used the hummingbird as an excuse not to live. And it wasn't that I feared death. I sat there waiting for Spirit to bring something. Spirit couldn't bring me a hummingbird in the UK because they don't live there. I brought myself to Mexico, and then I chose this house because it said that hummingbirds visit the garden, and I made that energy happen. So I delayed 2 years nearly of my life waiting for a hummingbird, and it was that card that said the hummingbird would come and let me out, let myself out, live my life, move forwards. You are the keeper of your own dominion. You create your own life space, and then you get the sunshine. And there's something about the sunshine being a correction of bad spiritual practice. So we're back to the traditional lineup of astrology, whereas this one's full of all these kind of strange promises and demons that many spiritual practices offer you. Live your life. Live your life. So that's that one. Let's move on. Because I was getting hungry for tamales. So I want to just say, I can hear it in my head now. Dem bones, dem dry bones. It's the cycle of life. The serpent, the snake wrangler goddess, it's part of the cycle of life. So let's put these back in there and those back in there, and we will dash on. Yeah, walking back to happiness. I think that's another of the energies that needs to come out. We've been getting into some very heavy, dark ancestral energies, and Day of the Dead is about celebration of life and a reminder of all the funny things that go on with the people, or went on once with the people who had passed. Yeah, I didn't do a check the wheel. The wheel's spinning. You can accept death. So, got some mushroom tamales, and I've got some other ones that are full of kind of carrots and spinach and things. So, the next one we're doing is the Time Master, and that's at 2:14:28. Oh, Time Master's coming in with a bang. So, did you pick the Time Master? Only halfway through, and we're on 2 hours. Let's see what gives. So, did you pick the Time Master? Master is Leo frequency. It's also this wonderful frequency of 2 shadows, Mushbalimir, wealth and livestock, and the Hawthorne portal. And then we have the 5 of Cups, and we have the Empress. Doesn't mean anything. Got no idea what this means, but it's noisy. It's powerful. There's something about time being out of alignment. I'm being shown 1, 3, 2, 3. 1, 3, 2, 3, and 57 is 2, 1, 2. The Time Master knows the code, but your code's out of line. Something to do with kind of burning your shadows before you've solved the emotions of them. Okay. So he's coming in to help you. This Time Master frequency is coming in to help you. There's something going on that's out of balance emotionally. I do need a little bit more water, so thank you, Cosmic Owl. So pick a number between 1 and 50. Pick a number between 1 and 50. 27. Thank you, Marissa. Pick a number between 1 and 50. We've got 27. Driving nails in my coffin. An old country classic that talks about becoming closer to death. Driving Nails in My Coffin by Ernst Tubb. So, in my head, strangers in the night, exchanging glances, lovers at first sight, with the Empress at the end. But let's do the pendulum. Here we go. Time Master. He's turning the clocks back. Ooh, this is about second chance. Second chance to get something right. Oh, look at that distortion on yourself. Confusion. Confusion. This doesn't feel like the Ancestor is necessarily Leo. This feels more like it's you. House Leo, what's in your ego? I want to say, what's in your ego too much? Like being too fully. There's something that's just defined both directions of the shadow of the Nadur. And there's something about that. There's a pride in your shadows, but it's creating an energy that burns others somehow. Yeah, your fire is your shadow. Your fire is your shadow. The Time Master. Right, begin again. Begin again. Go back, review, begin again. Do you think there's something about this portal feeling shadowy, but it isn't? Go back, review the emotions, review. It's almost like review the things you've done that are funny, but that hurt you. You need to see the humor in your old actions. And then what she got? Now, she's giving the promise of the motion forwards, but she's not giving it to you yet. She's got a lot of Taurus in her. That's that stubbornness. There's a stubbornness in your ego that's burning other people. You need to go backwards. You need to laugh at yourself. You need to find humor in your own experiences. So, and the tree of life. Oh, you see they're saying cut the tree down. Cut the tree down. Prune. Emperor frequency. You have to prune it. Cut back on the things that you asked. It's difficult to explain this. There's aspects of your shadows, of your darkness that you quite like. And we should all be proud of our shadows, but you somehow use your shadows to wound others. So you need to prune your tree because you're walking in the wrong direction. The Time Master wants you to move back. Yes, a Time Master slap. That's perfect. That's exactly what this is. The Time Master has come in to wake you to yourself, to wake you. Right, I want to know what frightens you. Why? What frightens them about this portal? 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 It's dark. Don't like the dark. Someone turn the lights on. You're the light. You're the fire. You're fixed fire. Why are you scared of the dark? I think you're scared of your own shadows. You're frightened by your own shadows. I think you've been inside too long. That's a message that keeps coming out for Leo. You've been inside too long. This wasn't meant to be a Leo one in particular. As I said earlier, it's for anyone who's picked it to understand the energy that might be in their natal chart in Leo, but it's not the Time Master's natal. He's not a Leo because he's timeless. He's like, what would I be doing? But if anything, he's going to be Ophiuchus, a sign that doesn't really exist. There's an energy of fighting with your own illusions, delusions. There's Neptune in this. There's a Neptune frequency in this, because that's what this is. Tipping over jugs of emotions, stumbling over your emotions, getting drowned by emotions, and then firing up and burning others, when really it was your own error. It's not blaming others. Yeah, look, you've got to get it into alignment. 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups. What's the 6th cup? Laughing at yourself. Seeing the things you do as funny. Interesting. Someone just wrote Snake Bearer. We've got this energy of turning around the frequency, changing the yin and the yang, pruning again one cycle into a new cycle. But the point is that they're one cycle, but you just change the direction. The Time Master turns the clock back, and you flow better somehow. So what's the Empress? When you laugh at yourself, oh, that was a bit vicious. Your fires, when you burn others, are giving a backdraft, a blowback. Fixed fire is oppressing you. Oh, look. This is a divine couple in Earth. But it feels like it's you turning around. You look back into your past and you don't see the beauty and the humor in it. You see the mundane. You don't look properly. You hide your devil. You hide what hurts you. Wealth is about releasing. Release your comedy, release your devilish energy, your cheekiness, and you will come into this new mutated fire, a changed fire, a fixed fire again, but newly flowing. That seems to be the frequency there. Yeah, it seems like you've turned memories to stone and you can't look at them. And there's something startling about the bull at the back. there's a sort of a lethargy. She's just sniffing on a rose like that's all there is to love. Because I want to say that there's something about this that immediately came through as a divine couple. There's a kind of promise of love that you've missed out on because you burn people. And the Time Master's turning the clock back so that you can experience love, Leo. That's very nice. I'm just going to ask for one of these cards. Stand still. In the fires. Quell the energy of the old fires, the shadow of your former self, so that you can move forwards through the portal. It's light. Stop being scared of your own shadows. Pause and move through them. So, I feel like there's an energy, though, of companionship coming. Comes another one. Right, so let's put those over there. Let's get these over here, and we're going to move forwards with swiftness. I need to sort out something on my phone at some point, so I really do have to plow forwards much quicker. Make me go faster, people. So, 2 hours, 29 and 31. It could have been 29, but I'm not doing any of that clever stuff at the moment, but just have what comes. So, did you pick the ghost dance? Here is the ghost dance. Here is the ghost dance. Very difficult to see, especially when there's a bad signal. It's coming with Pisces. This is usually to do with letting go. There's something mismatched about your spirit and you. This spirit ancestor, there's a mismatch, bringing the wrong things to the game. But there's blissful, vend, protection. It's like a guide who is nothing like you, but is so protective of you. And then you've got shadows, what you can't see within the shadows, the unseeing. And then we have the Sun of Wands and the Seven of Wands. It's like the energy of a growing community. So let's have the bells. So gentle. So pick a number. Okay, 42. Have we not had 42? We've had 42. I have to take the next number, 36. We had 42 with Libra. So maybe the song from Libra will be relevant if you said 42 here. So 36. If I Die Young by the band Perry. Okay. So let's get the pendulum. Okay. Ghost dance. I'm seeing a triple frequency shadow here that I don't usually see. This feels like a great grandparent. And it feels like they were the Pisces. Yeah, look, this is an energy of being unbalanced somehow. 2220, there's something coming in 2022. I feel like you don't know they're there. They're offering you protection and you can't feel it. And your shadows are rattling your mind and sending you into kind of weird head spin, spiral backwards. You don't want to see them almost. This is interesting. Son of Wands. Yeah, you need to connect with this ancestor. This ancestor is, it feels like a great grandparent. And they're trying to protect you from something, or not from anything like something that's coming in that you need to worry about. They're very protective. There's very comfortable energy, but you're not seeing them. And they're not like you, and yet they are you. They carry the young frequency of you, but they bring something different. It's like they're kind of trying to bring you a new energy. They're trying to bring some kind of new frequency to you. 22nd of the 2nd. It's definitely there. You'll have a great birthday next year. 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, which is a palindrome. It's the same either way around, Siggy. Right, let's get some energy on this. Because they're trying to bring you to bliss, but there's something about, there's an energy of sort of like, of kind of feeling a little bit mentally impacted by life and not being able to deal with this energy. And yet this ancestor's there. They're there. I want to say this person was a gardener. I've got the Earth Keeper, but it's coming across as like someone that took place in flower shows, plant shows, had a really amazing garden. It's like you need to acknowledge this ancestor. That's what you need to do. You need to see them. You need to pick up on their energy. There's a divine, I almost want to say, they're now a gardener of spirits, of us, of people on earth. They're a spirit gardener. And they're now trying to encourage the same skills they had to make plants grow, to make us grow. And they're trying to help individuals to go through a kind of a sweat lodge experience, to go through their shadows that they won't look at, that are sending them backwards. They're trying to encourage them to move forwards so that they can actually retreat. They want to gift you. They're like, nitrogen and fertilizer and all these energies that need to be pushed inside you. They're seeking to retrieve a fragment of your soul. And in doing so, they retrieve a fragment of theirs. So it's like, it's that generation of a plant grows and leaves a seed that grows into another tree and plant that leaves a seed. but each of them are the same seed, but they're trying to retrieve a fragment of you and a fragment of them. That kind of came out earlier, but it is that energy again. And they want you to dance with life. They want you to celebrate. I don't understand. I'm going to have to ask on that. That doesn't make sense. There's a sense of a growing community, but it feels like a growing community of ancestors. We have the two of discs change, but it's not coming across as that. It's coming across as an 8, and how it's like this. You're linked, but you're different. You're linked, but you're different. It's like your fire and emotions. You're linked, but you're different. You're the same energy. It's 2 princess frequencies, but you're so completely different. And I don't know which side is which are you and which are they. But again, it's just saying we're so different and yet we share so much. But that still doesn't explain this growing community. Can you please explain the growing community? It's the gardener, the emperor. It's very much this earth keeper. So they're the fire. They're the doer. They're the engager. They did things. They made things happen. They feel you're sliding back and you're not engaging. They're trying to get their passions into you. And they're telling you that there's this long line of ancestral energy before you that lived an exciting, vibrant life. And they feel that you're not engaging in life. We're getting similar messages, but these ancestors want us to live. As I said, live. The card of death came out. And it's just saying change. Change everything about your DNA, your memories of yourself, rewire yourself to be more like your ancestral line. It's like you're in a denial of a heritage. You deny this heritage. Maybe it's because it was part of a heritage that other members of the family said, oh, we're ashamed of them. Don't be ashamed of them. They're really wonderful energy, blissful, protective frequency that's got your best interests at heart. But you've got to go into the sweat lodge with them, prune your garden, and come back out again. So let's push on, because I still feel like I'm getting well behind the time. We're on 2 hours 41, people. It wasn't meant to be like this. So, did you pick the witness? Did you pick the witness? Did you pick the witness? So the witness is 2 hours 41 and 30 seconds. Can I get a witness? Right, so did you pick the witness? Here's the witness. And the witness is Aries. And then 19. That's about harmony and balance within families. Bjarken, the first trees that come after a fire in a woodland. Birth, plugging into the community. Madir, man. Ooh, Earth Masion. And Os, Godmouth. 4 of Cups, being lost. And then the 7 of Swords, seeking something that hurts. Because that fox is going to cut its paws if it tries climbing up that ladder into the chicken roost. So, let's have a song before the bells this time. 1 and 50. 1 and 50, 1 and 50, 1 and 50, 1 and 50. It can't be a number I've already had. And if you don't know the numbers, it doesn't matter. Number between 1 and 50 people, 1 and 50 people, 1 and 50 people, 22. Thank you, Joyce. So 22 is the song I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight by the Cutting Crew. This populated song explored the little deaths we experience in life. This is about orgasms. Petit mort in French, as we discovered recently, is little deaths. There is something about desire in that final card. And there is something about passionate sap rising. Ooh, Aries people. Or this ancestor. Let's see what we get. Oh, bells. Hang on. Bells, people. Is it the one I'm just dying in your arms tonight? Sorry, I'll do that again. You see, now you're giving me the energy of a voyeurist watching someone. Right. Let's see. The witness, the spirit of witness. What are you doing? When this is strong energy, completion energy, I feel like this is an energy that's already been and gone and is just coming back with a message. And I feel like the message is youthfulness, is to be impassioned, is to be fueled up springtime, younger than springtime, am I? Again, around this kind of unit of harmony, beautiful. We're just getting really strong, impassioned energies. Oh, now it's getting stuck. Right. You need to get back into the world. Your earthly power's all out of whack. And your godmouth. Yeah, I feel like, look, this is going backwards. You're lost. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. This spirit's coming in to help you find your passions. You've lost your passions. You've kind of got an energy of self-serving. It's not selfish, though. It's just self-serving. But somehow you've got to plug yourself back into the community and into the earth. You've got to find your earthly power. And that will allow us, this healing frequency, to come down. 4 of Cups. You've got to heal. It's like you've lost your emotional center and yet you're drowning in emotions. And then there's something about this dry wall concrete fencing that you shouldn't even be approaching. You're seeking the wrong frequency. 2. Let's just go straight in. Right, it's just stopped. Let go of what? Let go of death. Let go of death, because I'm getting Pluto frequency. It's something like let go of the confusion of emotions, which are making you have like a sense of one foot in the grave. There we go. Pachamama. This one's complicated. So this is 23 and 40. I feel like you're stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea somehow. There's some kind of energy frequency of the earth, the Pachamama. She's looking very mournful at you. They're both looking mournful at you. Right, why? Why are they looking mournfully at you? Why are they looking mournfully at you? Peace has flipped and got stuck upside down. This is Moon in Libra. Why are they looking mournfully at you? What are you lacking? What is it that you're lacking? What I was hearing was you're lacking a plan. You're actually lacking a plan. You've got the inspiration and the fires to move on, but you're lacking a plan. It's like trying to grow a tree. You want to grow that tree. You want that sap to rise within you, those fires that move things forwards. But you haven't actually planted the seed. You haven't put any information in. It's like you're springing forwards too soon. Oh, there is the seed. Your power is knowing your direction, and that allows you, and that's what that is. Looking around, why are there no trees growing in my pots? You didn't put any seeds in them. You didn't plant something in. You just desired the climb towards the goal. There's something about it's about an impatience. So the witness is saying, slow up, let patience be your guide. You've got to let some kind of different frequency in. So I'm going to just ask, yeah, look, fire. And just, this is like the whole spirit world is coming around and saying, stop reaching for dreams that you haven't planted seeds for. You can't just expect life to grow if you don't know what it is you want it to grow into. You've got to put in the groundwork. So I feel like this isn't a card that we need to see spin positively, or this, because these are these are energies where you're lost. You're not plugged into your earthly power. You haven't planted the seeds within inside yourself. So I'm going to ask this deck to give us what your seed should be about. Your seeds must start in the dark. You've got to be able to put the seeds in the soil. So first of all, you've got to know where you want to plant your ideas. Where do they grow from? Whatever it is you desire, where does it grow from? Where do you need to plant those dreams? And then it will grow. It's Andean cross frequency, 282. 282. It's almost like, this is weird, but you're pushing for a freedom frequency, a 13 frequency, when actually you need to slow down and witness patience, staticness, move slowly in the earth for the moment. Be more Taurus. Okay, that's yours. Let's move it on. Let's move it on. Let's get going. There's 2 more to do, and then I can have my tamales. So, that's the witness. So that goes over there. Those belong in this deck. Right, there's something about a row breaking out now. Ice the Hunter. You see, there's a load of animals screaming at each other. 2 hours, 54:30. Did you pick the hunter? Where's the hunter? Here's the hunter. This is seeking yourself, is what I'm hearing, but we'll see what that comes out with. Gemini. Oh, yeah, seeking yourself, Gemini. You always have that trouble. This has got an energy of the Fool about it. Destiny. You got 3. Hagal and Tyr. Make a bit of space. And then Water Meadow, First Blood, Flursa, the other was Ing. 8 of Wands and 2 of Wands. There's a lot of fire in this energy. But I mean, not just heat, not just the warmth of blood within the body, but like weaponry. This is what that was just now. Weaponry. So pick a number, please, between 1 and 50. Look, I've got a shiny gold phone because it was the only case I had. It's my little bit of glitz. I've had 42. Unless your name's Angela Moon 42. 38. Right, we haven't had 38. So, Karen, you got 38 there. Let's see what you've given us. 38. The Last Goodbye by Billy Boyd, an uplifting reflection on the final chapter of life. I'm already sensing that it's not the final chapter of life, but like the final chapter of the confusion before you actually get on with your life. You've been hunting around for you for so long, you're not sure how to recognize yourself when you get there. There's a lot of power in them bells. There's a lot of power in this hunter frequency. The power of the hunter frequency is to guide you, to your truth. But it's a hunter who hunts without his dog is a hunter who hunts well. Un chasseur chasse son chien est un chasseur qui chasse bien. So there's something about not hunting, but allowing a frequency to appear, a destiny point to appear. The hunter, please. It's good energy. This guide is bringing divine energy. This energy, I feel like this energy is being opened within the polarity of Gemini. In the dying energies of Gemini node, this is taking advantage of that space. It's almost like saying goodbye to a wilder, more savage moment. Yeah, the norms is good energy, but small. It's like you haven't accepted a destiny point. And the storm, it's like you don't want to look at that storm. It's saying, if you don't do it now, you're just going to go back to the hunter point again and start doing point, and then being fearful of a little bit of hail that might come down. You don't want to sacrifice. What do you want to sacrifice? The future you thought you had. Water meadow. Your sacral's wrong. First flow. This is to change the frequency of what you hunt for, and there's no movement. This is coming across to me as having modernized. We've moved on in all aspects of life. We no longer tend, some people enjoy going camping, but we don't make flame like that anymore. We have matches or lighters. And it's saying it's the same thing with this. We don't hunt. We're not hunter-gatherers anymore. You have to change that frequency. You have to sacrifice that energy to ignite your water meadow and allow this blood to flow. This one I'm going to leave to the end. I'm going to put the thing over it, but there's something about the arrows incoming even though they're outgoing. There's something about the energies being switched around, but it's something, I don't know, there's something strange to new. You reach a destiny point, but you're denying the sacrifice of the future you thought you should have, the dream of how you've grown to believe the world should be. It's not that way. It's something new. It's a new earth. Yeah, it's earth, but it's more, it's less. The mountains are something that grow out of the earth. They're pushing together the steroids of the earth. This is, this is earth calming down. So you need a meditative moment. You need a moment to face your destiny point. You need to allow, you really do. You need to allow space for your water meadow to grow because it's a new energy. It's watering your sacral to bring you growth. Yeah, those fireworks are like the steroids of the earth. So, what's that one? This is an emotional healing. This is igniting the water meadow, sacral, the release of old, primitive beliefs. Allow this hunter spirit to hunt you down and back you into a corner so that you can see the truth. Because even in this card of the new beginning, there's something about being caught and scratched, being savage. It's almost like you need to be pinned in to receive this healing. It's like you're chasing away, finding the emotions inside you. So this card is now saying it's like you've got this one idea that you've been clinging to, and all this new energy is coming towards you, and you're trying to battle it off. It's a whole new world, and it's fast. There's something about speed that's stressing you out. Speed is stressing you out, and yet the world's been very slow. I'm being told to show you that at the base, the cosmic gift, that comes to you during the eclipse. This change for you can happen during the eclipse. It's after the sun has reached Sagittarius on the 4th. So is there anything else that they need to know? Anything else that they need to know? Fenrir is the moon. Almost the moon savaging you, frightening you, but by accepting the nodal move and the fact that the full moon is in Taurus, move slowly. Don't feel that need to heal fast. Take your time to heal, because you're rewriting power, and you've been caught up in a kind of frenetic words quite quickly, so that we can get on the last one before that connection runs out entirely. I've still got a full bar. I don't know why it's going unstable. It's a 4th, really. So let's put those there. Let's put those there. Actually, Mama needs to go back in there. They can go there. They can go there. Right, this one feels like it's the big finale, because the fireworks are actually going off like proper fireworks. I wish I lived up in the mountain. Well, I'm in the mountain, but I mean, I'm on low ground within the valley, so I can't see all those fireworks going off all over the city. It's been lovely. So this is the journey. Did you pick the journey? So before I show the journey, give me the song title. We're doing the song title first. 1 and 50, numbers between 1 and 50. Number between 1 and 50. What's our God is calling 47. Yeah, we haven't had 47. So 47. Who said that? Twitty. Right. Here Without You by Three Doors Down. A song about loneliness and longing for someone who has died. I need a bit more water. So, I can actually put that pen away for the last time. A song about loneliness and people who died. So, we're on the last deck. So, did you pick the journey? This is the energy of spirit that leads you somewhere on a pathway. Seeing Ghost of a Goose. I don't know who that's for. Obviously, it's Scorpio. We're in Scorpio season. Funny we should end there. Oh, look, they've got 2 about aesthetics and dance and music. I said it was celebration. Oh my goodness. Sun, Sol. Heimdall, musical. There's a big energy of musical fanfares. Gipt, bringing things into union. Oh my Lord. Scrubbing blood down from things. Hell, that's very much death and rebirth, your energy. Ending of endings. to become the Shaman of Wands. This is interesting. That was so beautiful. That was so perfect. So balanced, so accepting. So let's go down. Look, the journey, the spirit of journey, earth walking, the spirit of an earth walk. Scorpio. It's like this is not Scorpio energy or what we associate with Scorpio. There's something very rhythmic about those fireworks. You've not found your dance. You've not found your rhythm. Oh. And yet it's your season. The sun is in your sign. Heimdall. Yeah, again, look, the tune, you're not hearing the new tune. You're not hearing that frequency. Good. Yeah, you're only working, you're like your life's off balance at the moment. Scrub. Yeah, you're ready for this Brom, this butcher's broom scrub. Hell, death, and rebirth. That's where you're stuck. You're stuck in a false version of yourself. This endings. It's kind of elliptical. It's trying to form, but it can't. And the shaman is going backwards. So, this ancestor is a journeyman. This ancestor is a nomadic energy. It's an energy of an earth walk, as I said. So let's find out what's this. Why is it that you don't feel engaged? Because it feels like there's a party going on all around you. Out there. Huge celebration, and you don't feel like you're participating in it. Why? You're emotionally blocked. Interesting. Why is it blocked? We're going to find out. Spinning. Sweat lodge. It's because of the energy. You need to bring the emotions back down to the sacral, to the center. You need to bring them deeper in the body. There's almost something a little bit kind of like, I'm seeing like the Scream painting. It's like you feel tortured emotionally. Right, what can we do about that? It's all about water. It's all about, you've got to reform the water from the sweat. You've got to bring that frequency down. How do you do that? There's something about music. It's something about, forget the party. The party doesn't need you there, but your emotions need you there. So what can you, no, wrong deck. Where's it gone? There it is. How do you get this music in? There's something, worry. I think you worry too much about emotions. And then here we've got the 9 of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. You've got the Ten of Swords twice. This need to end something is enormous. This need to kind of kick everything off and drop into, drown in the truth. You need somehow to come into your sovereignty. It's not 9 is 14. There's a divine earth frequency, but you're caught in the emotions. Why? Right, so we need an explanation. What do they need to do? You see 9, 10 now. There's an energy of shifting patterns of material. Shifting patterns of material. 5, 9, 10. Shit, you don't need to sweat somehow. You're overthinking. Getting an unstable connection. The running high somehow, Scorpio. And then, but you need to do every part of this journey slowly, not, I mean, even the scrubbing, even scrubbing yourself clean can't be frantic. It needs to be, like I said, this passion. There's something in the Shaman of Wands that's very passionate, but you need to be more fluid and sensual. You need that energy of music and movement, that eurythmic fluidity, the flow, the flow, the flow. You need to flow to rebirth. There's something a bit Aries about this, that sort of rushing at something, trying to cut through quickly. You've got to cut through, but it needs to be precision. You need to understand the precision of the coding somehow. Yeah, and then you get completion. You complete the understanding. Everything lines up and you get that shaman energy. And that's coming. But somehow you've got to... It's almost like your worry stings you. Okay? So, there we go, people. 12 spirits, 12 signs. I'm trying to find in town some more images to do a Day of the Dead, so we can keep on this in, but we need to get into the light-hearted aspect of the celebration as well. We need a good laugh. So, people, I'm going to go and put some tamales in the steamer. They're already made and they've been cooked once, so we just need reheating. So, the dead are certainly awake. The spirits are here. Thank you all.